All right. And moving on to the next one at 83, coming in with 78 points. We have Riki Choshu. So I know about Riki Choshu just from hearing Meltzer talk about him on the shows before. Um, I, but I know that Andretti, again, you got three back to back here. So give us your stuff on Riki Choshu.
I don't have a ton of stuff on Choshu. 5 decade career. You can't stress that enough. This guy wrestled for 50 years, man. Born in Korea, 1972 Summer Olympian. Went to the Olympics that year. Great wrestler, man. Maybe even a better booker. I mean, the guy took over as booker in New Japan in that 90s run when they were really hot. Trained by Inoki, super over, charismatic. You another guy with an unbelievable entrance theme. These like iconic Japanese entrance themes throughout the course of their wrestling history. Chosu's right up there with that stuff, man. I mean, there's a pretty good Ric Flair match. That guy Ric Flair is pretty good. Ric Flair's a pretty good wrestler. So yeah, there's a really good Choshu match with Flair on YouTube. He left New Japan. He came back with more stature. And again, man, so like we were saying earlier, sometimes it's better for people to leave and then come back and they've got a little more power at that point, and they're maybe a little more mature, got a little more power, a little more sway. He came back to New Japan. I know over the course of time, he started a few promotions like Japan Pro Wrestling, whatnot. Choshu, man, just you watch that guy's matches in his heyday. Another guy who's laying it in there. He's a slower paced guy. The funniest thing about him, I think, is just the fact that when he goes to put people in that sharpshooter / scorpion deathlock, it takes so long for him to get people in that into that move, and it's really funny to see it. Because we're so used to seeing Sting or Hart throw people in that move and whip them over, and they tap out in 10 seconds, right? But when Choshu started doing that move, it was this like really slow pace, like really working to get the guy over. And I had to laugh when I went back and started watching that because I know what he's trying to do, but we're so used to seeing it presented a different way that it ended up being kind of funny to watch that. But awesome career, great booker. He booked during an unbelievable time in New Japan history. He's a Japanese wrestling Hall of Famer for sure. That's what it is. That's what I had on Choshu.
Uh, I'm gonna sound like a broken record here, but there's another one where I was trying to learn, sort of about him, and so as I was going through and doing a little bit of understanding about him, I kind of so the one thing that stuck out to me is that he was like the proprietor, like the foremost person of the sharpshooter or the scorpion deathlock. He was like the first person to use it. He popularized it. And that he was really just a super influential person through the 80s and 90s. He bounced around a little bit, left and came back, and yeah, certainly a well-decorated, and I think deservedly so, in the top 100 as far as his accolades and what appears to be his influence on the Japanese wrestling scene. So
Yeah, also Choshu was a three-time IWGP Heavyweight Champion, Tag Team Champion three times, NWA North American Tag Team Champion. He was also a WWF International Heavyweight Champion one time. Also won the G1 in '96. So yeah, I mean, a decorated, respected wrestler. He actually won Best Booker award from the Observer in '92. He was Wrestler of the Year in '87, and he was inducted into the Observer Hall of Fame in 1996.
Yeah, and Promoter of the Year, 3 years in a row, Promoter of the Year, 95, 96, and 97.
Yeah.
Yeah, suck on that, Shawn Michaels.
Exactly. If you want to, I actually watched this match again last night. It's really good. If you're looking to get a little more information on Choshu, look, man, there's a match against Tiger Mask on YouTube. It was at an event called Exciting Wars. This is from '86. Go check that out, man. It's a hell of a match.